All right, everyone, we're back.
Yeah, we are. I'm pouring myself some monkey shoulder while Chris kicks this shit off.
So we are back for UFC ESPN on Plus 4. Lewis
Yeah,
versus
ESPN
Dos
on
Santos.
Plus.
Yeah, ESPN on Plus 4, also known as UFC Fight Night Wichita. If you don't know where Wichita is, I highly suggest you look at a map of the United States. It's not in Canada, for some who may have thought it's there.
I've heard 4 people say it was in Canada this week, and I can't tell if they're fucking with me at this point. Because we all know it's Kansas, right? It's fucking Kansas. It's always been Kansas.
It's Kansas. It's Kansas is where it's at.
Well, and the other thing that fucks with me is like, okay, I get how people mistake Kansas City, Missouri and Kansas City, Kansas. That's easy to do. They're literally right next to each other. But how the
like one's
fuck?
Like what? Like a couple hours up, or not even that? That's probably pretty close.
Like, what part of Canada do they think Wichita is in?
They probably are thinking of Winnipeg,
or I guess, or Windsor.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's really I can't. They also are not doing it tongue in cheek enough to the point where I actually know whether they're kidding.
You could probably convince someone that there's a Winnebago, Canada.
Oh, dog! I'm pretty sure that's where Trailer Park Boys was from.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, shout out to Jim Leahy and Julian and Ricky.
That's right. I fucking love that show. That show's so dumb but so good.
I remember I watched like the first. I know they did a bunch of new seasons. I think I watched up to like season 10. I'm like, fuck, I can't get into it. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another shot for the newer ones. Who knows? But I just like rewatching the classic ones anyway. Anyways, We're not going to be talking about the Trailer Park Boys. As funny as that show is, we're going to go ahead and kick this off right now. The first fight of the night is in which division is this in? This is in the
we're going bottom to top on this motherfucker, right?
Yep, bottom to top. We got Alex the Spartan White, who has a professional record of 12 wins, 5 losses, going up against Dan Moret, another American fighter. He's known as the Hitman. Last time we saw Alex White, he's on a 2-fight skid right now at the moment, but last time we saw him, he got rear naked choked by Jim Miller last September on the 228 pay-per-view, Woodley versus Till. And last time we saw Dan Moret, he got knocked out at the end of the second round to Gilbert Burns, about a year ago, last April of 2018. UFC on Fox 29 card. So both of these guys are coming off losses. I don't really know where they stand right now as far as the rankings. I don't know where it says Tapology-wise.
They probably don't stand in the rankings.
Yeah, they're not in the UFC rankings by any means. Tapology, I don't know how they do the rankings, but
Tapology's all viewer rankings.
Okay.
Like you just vote on it.
Yeah, so as far as this fight goes, I don't really have too much to say on it. I remember last time I saw Alex White fight, he was a tough out. He's pretty durable. Besides, even though he got submitted by Jim Miller,
he got smashed by Jim Miller, but he had a competitive fight with James Krause and looked pretty good against Mitch Clark, and again another tough fight against Anthony Rocco Martin.
Yeah, and Dan Moret, he got finished by Gilbert Burns, but Gilbert Burns has pop in his hand, especially for a BJJ guy.
Yeah, he definitely does. And he was really competitive in that fight up until the second round where he just got clubbed.
Yeah, because I believe Moret has a kickboxing background, if I recall correctly.
Possible. I know he's out of the MMA lab.
I believe. I don't really know how to call this one. I don't know really what kind of threat Alex White has besides being durable and being able to last long at these kind of fights, especially in a 3-round event. So I think I'm going to instinctively go with Dan Moret via decision. I don't have too much to say on this. Unfortunately, maybe you can kind of give.
I mean, I don't have much more to say just because I'm feeling pretty similar on it. They're both southpaws. They're both rangy. They both like to throw straight shots. Alex, the only thing is Dan Moret looked real competitive in the first round against Gilbert Burns up until he just got caught and just smashed. Whereas Alex White, Alex White has had some weird performances, and they both have trouble against wrestlers, which neither of them are. So I don't know what this fight's going to look like if they actually get into grappling exchanges. They both that's where their recent losses have come, is just getting smashed basically by better wrestlers, especially the fucking Jim Miller dominance of Alex White. Good God, Jim Miller just decided, like, fuck this, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you, and just kind of smashed him, bum rushed him, and ground and pounded the hell out of him, and then got the RNC. But the only problem I'm having, and this is something that the MMA Vivisection brought up, I don't know that the actual opponent quality, while Alex White has fought more experienced people, he hasn't looked good against anyone with experience, really, aside from like a Mitch Clark, and even then that fight was pretty competitive. Whereas Dan Moret, I mean, he's looked good in RFA and LFA, but that's kind of regional competition. It's hard to tell sometimes. The Gilbert Burns fight, he looked really good in the first round, so I'm mostly going to go Dan Moret decision because of that.
That's not a bad call. And that I have the same thing, Dan Moret by decision. God, unfortunately, for some reason, my computer this has not been responding to apologies. So I'm going back to the phone again. Anyways, let me go ahead and look at the... Or not. I was going to look at the fucking fight odds, but now this thing's crapping out on me. Hopefully
that's funny. I wonder, your video is fine, so I wonder if it's just like Wi-Fi stuff or what. Here, I can jump on. Oh, wait, I don't have best fight odds up. I forget who told a story this week. Somebody on an MMA podcast. Send us a tweet on at TSOV Pod on Twitter if you guys remember which podcast talked about this. But somebody talked about on a podcast this week how difficult it is to get money out of Bovada, and it was.
Yes. I was gonna say my brother wanted to make a bet, and for some reason none of it was just working. Like nothing. It just
really weird.
Shit. Yeah. So I don't know if their site was down or.
See, Bovada has like generally been okay for me, but I always end up eventually losing because I never get enough to where I feel like it's worth pulling money out. So like I'll go up like 150, 200 bucks, and I'm like, if I get to like closer to 4 or 5, then it's worth it. But I don't want to eat the $25 fee or whatever it is. So, and then I just eventually end up betting fucking $20 in dumb parlays where I'm like, well, Ronda Rousey's like a free leg in this parlay against Holly Holm, so that can't be a problem. I'll just throw that money in there, or like fucking shit like that. You're like, oh, well, a bad decision making.
Or like just that happened.
Yeah, no, that's a true story. I also did make decent money though on shit like Ally Quinta and Verdum, so.
That's right.
I had Verdum over Kane at like fucking 4 to like I think it was like plus 450, something like that. It's crazy.
Odds are Alex White is a minus 145 to a plus 115 for.
Which one are you using?
I went with Bovada.
Fuck Bovada. Let's go. Okay. Which one Bet DSI sponsors Punch Drunk, right?
I believe so.
I believe so. I believe you use promo code PUNCH.
Their odds 15. Are the same.
That's fine. We're using Bet DSI for the record.
Sure, that works.
Just because fucking they at least sponsor a good podcast, whereas I can't trust Bovada at the time being based on some shady shit.
I won't argue with that. This next fight that's up, we have Zach Otto. This is a welterweight bout. Special record of 17-6. He's one of 2 barbarians on this card. The other one we'll talk about later. Here is another.
True. It's also a weird way to phrase that.
Yeah, actually, that is kind of weird. Huh?
Sounds like literal barbarians are on the card. Like people are going to be coming out with clubs, like it's fucking K1 or M1 night fights and shit.
Yeah, well, maybe they will. I doubt it, but fuck Reebok, right? Anyways, he's going up against Alex the Great White Morono, who has a professional record of 15 wins, 5 losses. Last time we saw Zach Otto in the octagon, he won a close decision against Dwight Grant, which was last December. Before that, he got finished by hammer fist to Sage Northcutt. which was in July of last year. Sage Northcutt is now with 1, I believe, along with some of the other guys that went over there. You know, Eddie Alvarez, Mighty Mouse, Misha Tate. I think Misha Tate's not fighting though, right? Isn't she like an ambassador or like a representative or some shit?
VP at One Championship.
Have that. Alex Morono, last time we saw him, he won a unanimous decision over Keenan Song. Not to be confused with Song Yadong. That was last November, last Thanksgiving, I think. Yeah, this is an interesting fight. I'm trying to remember. I think Otto. I can't remember if he's kind of more of like a brawler wrestler or if he's just kind of what the fuck he is.
Yeah, a little bit of that. Like wrestle boxer a little bit.
Yeah, and Morono, I know I've seen this guy fight multiple times. It's nothing sticking out to me right now. Oh, I remember when he finished Josh Berkman, because that's when Josh Berkman was supposed to retire the first time. I remember that. This is another fight I don't really know what to expect from this.
There's a lot of there's a lot of these on this card, to be fair to you.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not.
It's kind of a toss up for me as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fucking know.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm gonna go Zach Otto decision.
All right, I'll take Morono via decision to keep it interesting.
Cool.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna take Morono via decision. Zach Otto, I think, could very easily win this fight via decision. I just have trouble trusting that shit is gonna fly like that. I don't know. It's pretty evenly matched, and neither dude has any kind of confident wins over any big names that give me any kind of like sway one way or the other. I would imagine this fight's pretty close on the odds, right?
Yeah, so speaking of odds, according to unofficially brought to you by BetDSI, Alex Morono is the favorite at -185 to a +155 of Zach Otto.
Yeah, it seems a little wide. I think I do like Morono mostly off of his striking and being able to give Zach Otto some problems at range. But man, these first 5, actually 90% of this prelim card I am very unsure about, and then the top half of the card I am pretty fucking confident about. So that probably means I'll get all the prelims right and all the main card wrong, or I'll go fucking 4 and 8 like I did last week. Or Chris, I believe you went 5 and 7 or whatever.
Cool.
We didn't do good. To be fair, I went 12 and 1 the week before that. So
yeah,
but fuck, did I do bad on those picks for 235? Although to be fair, I did take Anthony Smith at one point in a drunken stupor.
I mean, I did well in fantasy. That was nice, but fuck it.
I did too. Macy Chasson, first round sub.
Yeah, thank you, Cody Garbrandt. And thank you, Herb Dean.
That's right. You're actually, I believe, first right now for Q3, right?
As far as points. Yeah. So I guess I'll mention who I have it later, who I have for the flex. Anyways.
I'll say I think I'm going to change my flex at some point during this card. I just haven't decided on who. So you guys are going to be able to hear that live.
So this next fight we have up, I believe, is in the bantamweight division, even though both these guys have fought at flyweight. I believe it's taking place at bantamweight. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
We have Matt Danger Schnell going up against Louis De La Samurai Smolka. Last time we saw Matt Schnell, I believe it's his bantamweight debut. He won a split decision against Naoki Inoue last June.
Yep.
And last time we saw Louis Smolka was November, where he submitted Sue Majiri.
Sure. Yeah. Good luck with that name. I remember I wasn't going to try it.
Oh, I remember this. This is a guy we called Sumo Jerry. We called him Sumo Jerry. He was our nose.
You're right. We did call him Sumo Jerry. I was calling him Muda all day.
Yeah. Sumo Jerry. Yeah, he submitted Sumo Jerry.
To be fair, I do like the name Sumo Jerry a lot, and I'm pretty proud of that one.
That was a good one. Yeah,
because if we're gonna butcher your name, we might as well butcher it into something memorable, right? Or memorable, if I want to not fuck that.
Yeah, we have another memorable Sound of Violence nickname fighter on this card as well. Anyways, I don't really. It sucks. These are all pretty close.
They're very tough matchups, and they feel like they could go either way. A lot of these early prelims.
I think I'm gonna go with Louis Smolka in this one via sub in the second round. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna do similar. I'm gonna go Smolka sub in the first. And the main reason for me on that is because Schnell has been caught a couple times. But more importantly, I think Louis Smolka has really changed his game around after sobering up a bit and kind of getting rededicated to the sport, returning to the UFC. He's looked fucking phenomenal, and I do think this is going to be scrappy as shit early. But as long as Smolka can initiate some kind of grappling exchange, I think he should probably take this. The only place it gets tricky is if Matt Schnell's able to stay on the outside and make this a kickboxing fight. Specifically boxing, you would be even better for him. But it could get real tricky. I just think probably Matt Schnell ends up in an exchange and gets caught with, like, if you're getting caught with the guillotine by a dude like Tim Elliott, you can probably get caught with the guillotine by a dude like Louis Smolka. If you're not
I agree. And that was a really good fight. I remember when Smolka fought Elliott, it was just nothing but just jiu-jitsu the whole time, and
just scramble fest. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So the odds on this, if you're curious, Smolka is a favorite at -130 to a +100 to Schnell. Those are the odds for you.
That sounds about right. It's close. I don't know that it's that close, but it's close.
Yeah.
I think some of that might be people banking on some safety just in case Smolka shows up not looking like he has recently. Plus, Smolka's last fight was not an easy out by any means. It was still hella scrambly with some bombs thrown. So
that it was.
And Matt Schnell was fucking up Naoki Inoue while getting fucked up on the feet. So I can see why while he's an underdog, he can hang in there. It's just the Rob Font and Tim Elliott losses that really make me lean towards Smolka, to be honest.
So this next fight is a heavyweight bout featuring Jeff Lights Out Hughes and Maurice the Crotchet Boss Green.
Whoa!
Crochet.
Crochet.
Yeah,
I couldn't fucking crotchet boss though.
Yeah. Shouts out to fucking Reed. I know that's his new nickname now. I can't escape that.
I'm not gonna call that giant nice man crotchet boss. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm not
especially since if he can crochet, and I know he's a fellow drunk based on the season of The Ultimate Fighter he was on, which was the heavyweight season, Tough 28. Wait, no, not Tough 28, Tough 29.
Dude, I lost count after like 26.
Well, the problem is they don't even have Tough 28 on fucking Fight Pass, the actual finale, which is ridiculous. They have like 4 fights or something like that from that finale. That or they're tagged horribly, which is probably the problem because Fight Pass is fucking garbage when it comes to searching for shit.
Oh, it's absolutely terrible. But yeah,
I believe
apologies to Maurice Green.
I want to say one dude made a search called like fightpasssearch.com that works great.
And shouts out to It's Always Sunny in the background. Anyways, but yeah, it's the crochet. I can't read on my fucking phone, clearly. Crotchet, Jesus Christ. Anyways, let's get into this.
MMAvideosearch.com is the guy who made a way better search engine for Fight Pass and for Bellator. So use that if you ever need one.
Good to know. So last time we saw, what's his face? Jeff Hughes. He was on Dana White's Dancing with the Stars.
Yep.
He defeated Josh Appelt via punches at the end of the first round. He has a win over Maurice Green, if this is the same Maurice Green, in LFA 38. which took place last April. So it looks like these guys are fighting again, but this time in the UFC. What was that? Was that a decision victory? Yeah, unanimous.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and make this short and sweet. I've got Jeff Hughes because he can wrestle, and I don't think Maurice Green is going to catch 2 triangles in a row.
Yeah, I agree. I was just going to say I got Jeff Hughes because he already beat him once. Maybe he'll beat him again, even though I know generally sometimes it usually goes 1-1.
Yeah, but beating somebody in a 5-round decision, like, rarely does that shit change unless somebody gets caught early, which is possible because Green does hit hard and whatnot. But yeah, no, I've got Hughes' decision all day.
And if you're curious about the odds, Jeff Hughes.
You have Hughes' decision also?
Yeah. Okay. He's a favorite at -237 to a +187 for Green.
Sounds about right to me.
That. Next up, we have, I believe, is a featherweight bout between Grant Dawson and Juicy J. Erosa, who you probably know from The Ultimate Fighter from a couple years ago, and from Dancing with the Stars. He was on there a couple times.
We should clarify. We don't really mean Dancing with the Stars.
No, it's Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, no, that one model from ESPN was on Dancing with the Stars. She was the only one, I believe.
That's right. That is absolutely right.
If you guys haven't been on Instagram this week and you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, you should maybe not. If you've been on the internet, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Let me just put it this way. I think there's going to be a blonde girl who's going to lose 1,500 Instagram followers soon, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Julian Erosa, last time we saw him, he got knocked out in the end of the first round to Devontae Smith at UFC Fight Night 139, which took place last November. Grant Dawson, last time we saw him, he submitted Adrian Diaz on Dana White's Contender Series. This was last August. So this is his Octagon debut. Based officially. Here's another fight. I kind of don't know what the fuck to go with here.
Yeah.
I know Erosa's kind of been a fighter to just pull like a rabbit out of his hat late.
He did it. Shit. Yeah, he did it against Jamal Emmers, but he also got just fucking housed by Devontae Smith. And I haven't seen anything from Julian Erosa that makes me think I can trust him to not lose this fight.
Yeah, and looking at this guy, Harry Dawson's rap sheet here, he submits a lot of people.
Yeah, he's got a solid ground game. He was if I remember right, he was immediately in on the hips of Adrian Diaz and had him down like out the fucking gate both rounds and almost finished the fight with an RNC in the first round, but the bell rang and then finished it early in the second. And I have a feeling it's probably going to go similar in this fight. I'm going to take, oh shit, that's right. I forgot Julian Erosa fought fucking Teruto Ishihara back in 2016. Because Julian Erosa was one of the guys on the McGregor.
He was on the Faber's team, the U.S. team, whatever you want to call it, USA versus Europe.
Yeah, and did not look great in that. He also dropped a fight to Artem Lobov. So yeah, I'm taking Grant Dawson via sub in the
and speaking of Artem Lobov,
first round.
I'm not going to talk about who he's fighting, unfortunately, even though I will watch that fight because that sounds absolutely hilarious because I'm a piece of shit. It's
going to be very, very funny for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a comedy.
Yeah, I'm taking.
I'm sure he'll have his balls with him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, hopefully he doesn't forget to bring his underwears or whatever the fuck happened on that season.
Take care of your underwears.
Yeah, take care. Hopefully he takes care of them. I got Dawson via sub in the first. You said second?
I'll say first too. Fuck it. I don't even know.
Okay.
I feel like when Erosa loses, it's really quick. Unfortunately.
I mean, to be fair, he got fucking crushed by what's his face? Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith just fucking threw hammers and smashed him. And I don't think Grant Dawson's going to do that, but I also don't have any faith in Julian Erosa to be able to hang in in any kind of extended exchanges. So yeah, I'm gonna go sub first, probably for Dawson. Wouldn't be surprised at second. This next fight. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Just real quick, if you're curious on the odds, Grant Dawson is favored at a -180 to a +150 for Julian Erosa.
Yep.
I'll let you go ahead and break down this next fight.
Oh, this next fight does not make me feel good. I saw this fight match made, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna pick up Marion Renault on fantasy because she's definitely got this. Because Yana Kunitskaya is just going to end up on her back and try for submissions that she'll never get. However, I forgot that in Marion Renault's last fight against Kat Zingano, she pulled guard like 2 or 3 times, or at least once significantly to where she jumped guard. And I am very nervous about this fight. This fight, I think, is going to decision. I think it 100% comes down to who ends up on top in grappling exchanges, which there will be grappling exchanges. It's whether or not Marion Renault can stuff takedowns and actually land strikes from the outside, or win scrambles and end up on top, or whether she gets tied up by Yana and gets tripped or thrown, and rather than scrambling, tries to play a guard game. Because if she tries to play a guard game, I think Marion Renault loses this fight consistently. I think she could easily lose 2 rounds in this fight just by being on bottom and not doing enough. But even at whatever age she's at, 41, I think. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to take Marion Renault via decision in this. If she just sticks to staying on the outside, not getting into clinch exchanges, and piecing up Yana Kunitskaya, or when they do get into scrambles, constantly ending up on top, I think she easily takes this fight. But zero fucking confidence. And I am going to take somebody else over Marion Renault in fantasy. I just haven't decided who yet.
I'll just say I didn't like it all last time I saw Kunitskaya fight. I don't know if it's when she got murdered by Cyborg or if she.
To be fair, Cyborg's such a weird test. Like,
yeah,
the better, I think the better comparison is someone like the Tanya Evinger fights, which she did win the first fight against Tanya Evinger by catching Evinger in an armbar. However, that was overturned thanks to Steve Mazzagatti for saying that it's illegal to step on the head of trying to put you in an armbar.
It wasn't Mazzagatti, even though he isn't the best ref either. It was England.
Sorry, no, it was Mike England. You're right.
That's right.
It was 100%. That's a Mike England thing. How did I fuck that up?
No,
Mike England. By the way, Mike England way worse ref than Mazzagatti. He's unbearable, and he's still licensed. Fucking because Kansas City, Missouri. That's not the Wichita of. It's not the Canada of Kansas City.
By the way, is your boy Yamasaki ever coming back?
Hopefully not. Hopefully he's just like teaching out of his gyms still. He's great. He's a great teacher. He's great at jiu-jitsu from what I've heard. Not good at reffing anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately not. But yeah, I have Marion Renault. I don't trust Kunitskaya. I don't know. I don't know. That's what UFC Wichita. I don't know. That's what I fucking called this card.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's how I feel about the majority of these prelims. But like, the main card.
I honestly feel like I can just draw names out of a hat and maybe go 50-50 on this card still.
You'd probably do better than I did last week by doing that, to be fair.
I kind of want to do that, but I don't want to disrespect everyone, and that's going to just defeat the purpose of this segment.
Well, we did have your infamous coin flip, which I think we have to say is almost a shout out to the Care Don't Cares that is it? I can't remember if it's the Pride one or the Bellator ones where Victor Rodriguez does or was it Eddie? Shit, I don't remember which one of them have that East Coast Trump casino card coin, like those collector coin or the collector chips. Anyway. One of those dudes on one of those shows constantly do the coin flip. What they don't know. I want to say it's Eddie Mercado. I'm pretty sure. But I just listened to something with Vic and Eddie in it, so I'm mixed up.
So the odds, if you're curious, which I'm sure you're
probably... You said you went Renault. Did you have a method on that?
decision.
Yeah.
Kunitskaya is a minus 185 to a plus 155.
That line's been moving all over the place, and I think it's because of the Renault fight against Kat Zingano. I think it has to be, but I just don't get that call.
So here's another fight. I don't know how to choose this. Sergio Moraes, a.k.a. Usman's highlight reel leading up to 235, is going up against Anthony Rocco Martin Life.
Which, by the way, Connor Rebush also made that joke this week, and I was pretty happy about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he made it on Heavy Hands. He's like, oh, Anthony Rocco's Martin Life. It's like, Jesus. Yes. Fucking love that pun. I'm glad I'm not the only one making it.
So
also, Phil McKenzie was in great disdain afterwards because of it, which I also liked a lot.
So the last time we saw Sergio Moraes, he submitted Ben Saunders via arm triangle choke last September at the end of the second round. Before that, he had a split decision victory over Tim Means, the scrappy veteran. Before that, he was Kamaru Usman's highlight reel as far as I knock people out, which he's not known for.
Yeah.
Rocco's Martin Life, last time we saw him, Tony Martin, he choked out Jake Matthews via anaconda choke at the end of the third round last December. For that, he finished Ryan LaFleur, which I don't think a lot of people have done. And
yeah, Anthony Rocco Martin's been looking real improved lately, especially.
For that reason is why I am leaning towards Rocco's Martin Life, because Ryan LaFleur was a good jiu-jitsu guy. I'm pretty sure so is Moraes. I got to go with someone who can knock people the fuck out. And Moraes, I'm not saying Rocco Martin's Life has the same kind of power as Usman, and like that's in like just a straight kind of against the fence throw.
Yeah, no, he's not going to club
Moraes
over the back of the head, make him do a somersault. But
I just like what I've seen from Martin just as equally as I have from Moraes lately. So I got to go with Tony Martin in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm in agreement on that 100%. The main reason is I just watched back the Jake Matthews fight, and Jake Matthews was fighting a lot like Sergio Moraes does, where he was just fucking winging overhand bombs, and he had some success. He actually rocked Anthony Rocco Martin early in that fight in the first round, if I remember right. He clubbed him pretty fucking bad in a wild exchange when he kept trying to egg him on, and then just got caught with a crazy hook in the middle of a bunch of wild exchanges. And that's the only thing that makes me a little nervous, because Sergio Moraes will just stand and bang, bro, and he will just wing giant overhand hooks like a crazy person. And if Sergio Moraes at all grapples in this fight and can get a takedown, that's going to make this really fucking rough on Anthony Martin. I just don't see that happening. I think Anthony Rocco Martin probably stuffs any early takedown exchange attempts or takedown attempts and scrambles from Sergio Moraes, gets back on the feet and just swings, just slugs it out with him. And I think in that kind of fight, Sergio Moraes doesn't have the same kind of cardio, and I think he's going to get discouraged from the takedowns getting stuffed. So yeah, I'm going to take Anthony Rocco Martin via KO in the late second, probably.
Okay.
I could see a decision also, but yeah, I'm going to take him KO late second, probably.
Yeah, I'm going to say KO second round as well.
Yeah, mostly just Sergio Moraes, I think, can easily catch him in a wild exchange if Rocco gets too crazy. Or if he gets him to the ground, Sergio Moraes is an extremely high-level black belt. And that could be serious fucking problems. But I just think that's a tough out. And Rocco's a lot younger and a lot fresher looking in his last couple fights.
So in the odds on that, if you were curious, Martin is a minus 215 to a plus 170 to Moraes.
That sounds about right.
This next fight here is the other Barbarian, if you were wondering why I said there's two Barbarians.
That's right, onto the main card, still on ESPN Plus, which means hopefully this thing's just going to crank along. I think it starts at like 2 Pacific tomorrow, if I remember right.
I think so.
Something like that.
I will probably be missing most of this card because I will be at the Fleet game. Good old AAF.
I will not be. I will be drinking a bunch of shitty Budweiser I still have left over from Mardi Gras.
Yeah, and I'm going to pregame because fuck paying $10 for just beer in general.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Mardi Gras, still have this sweet Mardi Gras left over. Abita Amber.
I was looking for some Abita today. Could not find it.
Bevmo. Bevmo always has Abita. Also, I want to say Jimbo. No, Par Liquor probably has Bevmo or Abita.
They do. I remember because they do always have Purple Haze.
They normally have Purple Haze, and they've been having a couple others also, actually.
So this next fight is between veteran Tim Boach, the Barbarian, going up against Russian fighter Omari Akhmedov, a.k.a. Wolverine. Tim Boach, last time we saw him, got submitted by Antonio Carlos Jr., a.k.a. Shoeface, at the end of the first round. I mean, it's Shoeface, so...
Yeah, it's fucking Shoeface. That's what he does.
Before that, Tim Boach absolutely murdered Johnny Hendricks, but that was like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago already. So Tim Boach hasn't really fought too actively. I can't remember if he was suspended at some point or if he had health issues.
I don't think so. I think he just took time off at one point. He might have had an injury or something. I don't remember specifically.
Omari Akhmedov has not fought in a while. He was supposed to fight CB Dalloway last September, but that was canceled. Before that, his last fight, it was just a draw to Marvin Vettori.
Yep.
He has a split decision win over Abdul Razak Al Hassan, who hits like a Mack truck. So that's pretty impressive.
And who's also a terrible person, right?
Oh, yes. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's the one, right?
But I'm pretty sure that's the guy who's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
I'm
90 here. Let me go ahead and Google it just to make sure.
I'll try to break this down because I'm still kind of like on the fence of how the fuck I'm going to choose this one. I think, unfortunately, I'm going to do.
He's the piece of shit. He's also the one who Ali said that Ali was paying to help. Which, by the way, Ali, that doesn't make you a good guy when you're going out and saying you're paying to help the dude who is accused of pretty horrific shit. I mean, not like Connor levels of allegations, but not Connor levels.
Okay. Anyways, I don't want to disrespect.
That's right. Just dodge those slander attempts or libel attempts as quick as possible.
I'm going with a good old coin flip. Unfortunately, I do not have a quarter. So I'll try to flip this fucking nickel here.
I'm not mad at that flipping a coin on this one.
So Tim Boach's heads and the Wolverine guy, the Russian guy, is tails. Oh, that was an absolute fail. Basically hit the fucking camera. So let's try that again.
Well, hey, good news is at least everybody got to see you fuck it up.
Yeah. Fucked it up again. You know what? Let's just see where this shit lands. I'm not gonna try to. You know what it is? I'm afraid of actually making sure it's on camera instead of actually trying to fucking flip this stupid thing. So let's just try this again. There we go. That works.
You mean when you looked at the coin? It worked.
Yeah. Whatever. It landed on tails. So I'm going with the Russian guy. I don't fucking know.
Omari Akhmedov. Man. So here's the thing. After all the tape study I did, I was gonna go with Omari Akhmedov.
You said you were?
I think I'm gonna go Omari Akhmedov. I have trouble seeing away. I do. To be fair, actually, let me clarify. I don't have trouble seeing a way for Tim Boach to win this fight. I just don't think he's gonna be able to land a giant bomb in an exchange. The only thing that makes me a little curious is Tim Boach was able to work kicks really well against Johnny Hendricks, which is what set Hendricks up to get fucked up. If he's able to land significant leg kicks and body kicks against Omari Akhmedov in the first couple rounds, I think that he'll probably be able to take it and maybe even catch Omari with something late, kind of like Sergio Moraes did. But I just have trouble picking Tim Boach at this point based on his last couple outs. To be fair, he's only lost. Yeah, to be fair, he's only lost to the grapplers that he's fought as of late, but also he's mostly been fighting grapplers as of late. So I'm gonna go Omari Akhmedov via decision.
Yeah, barring some gnarly head kick from Tim Boetsch, I don't expect him to win. I got decision as well for Akhmedov. If you're curious about the odds, Amar Akhmedov is the favorite at -155 to a +125 for Tim Boetsch.
That's kind of interesting. I wouldn't have necessarily suspected that.
This next fight is a lightweight bout between Drew Dober and Beneil Dariush. Drew Dober is on a 3-fight winning streak. His last 3 fights coming up against, he finished Josh Berkman. He went to decision unanimously against Frank President Camacho, and he went to decision victory over John Tuck. Beneil Dariush, last time we saw him, he won a decision over Thiago Moises. And before that, he got murdered by Alexander Hernandez in the first round. I know Dariush's chin has kind of gotten murdered in general.
Yeah, but to be fair, he fought dudes who hit really fucking hard when his chin got obliterated as of late.
And he was winning some of those fights early too.
Yeah, he was winning a lot of that Edson Barboza fight up until he got absolutely just demolished. And Evan Dunham is a tough out for anybody.
Yeah. I'm not going to do a coin flip on that, even though I did find a quarter. I'm just going to actually have balls this time and choose someone. I'm going with Beneil Dariush in this.
Really?
Yeah. I know Drew Dober has a really good left hook, and he could catch Dariush, especially if he kind of explodes forward and Dariush is kind of backing up. But Dariush is a guy that he has a decent jab. I know he kind of circles pretty well. Either way, I think this is going to decision. I think it's going to be a close fight. It might actually be an underrated fight, for all we know. Like one of those kind of surprise early main card fights that is competitive.
Yeah, I think it definitely will be scrappy either way. Because I think Drew Dober's either going to drag Beneil into a firefight, or Beneil is going to be able to just shut down a lot of Drew Dober's offense and work grappling exchanges pretty significantly.
So who do you got? Speaking of which, then.
So what method do you have on Dariush before I jump into it?
The decision is what I'm thinking.
I'm not mad at that pick. I am going to take Dober, I think via late TKO.
Okay.
Just Dober's been looking really fucking good lately. And I just think that Beneil Dariush, if he isn't able to work significant, long, like excruciating clinch exchanges and grappling exchanges with Drew Dober to wear him out, I think Drew Dober is going to come on strong later in the fight if he can just completely shut down that game of Beneil. And Drew Dober's been looking very good at just sticking on the outside and pot shotting. So I'm actually going to probably take Dober TKO third. Okay. Maybe I'll go second. You know what? I'm going to go second. Just because I think if this hits the third round, we're probably going to see a decision. But I think Beneil is going to get frustrated with a couple of grappling exchanges he loses and reach a little bit more than he should. And Drew Dober is good at keeping that distance and finding his range. I would not, however, be surprised to see that if Dariush got this down in the first round, he wins a decision pretty cleanly.
I can see that too. The odds on this, Beneil Dariush is the favorite at -205 to a +165 for Drew Dober. This
sounds about right. So, actually, that's a little wider than I would expect, but it doesn't surprise me.
This next fight, I don't have too much to say about, except welcome back to Ben Rothwell.
Same.
He's been gone for 3 years. I think something with USADA, steroids. I'm not too sure, though.
Yeah, something with USADA. I'm always hesitant to throw out steroids because I can never remember.
His opponent, Blagoy Ivanov, has literally survived being stabbed in the heart, which is why he survived.
Oh, that's right.
This is like the guy who's – what's a good thing? What's a good way to put this? I'm trying to think of like some sort of like fucking comic book character he is where he just can't die. He's like it's like Solomon Grundy. He's basically a fucking zombie. Like from that
Punisher,
DC character. Or well, that too. I mean, I don't think he's literally killing people in the octagon or killing bad guys. I mean, there are some
I don't know, man. If you're getting stabbed on the outside, like just in the regular world, and you're Russian or Bulgarian, actually, I guess technically. I don't know what'll be happening over there, but I bet it's some hard ass shit that we're not used to over here in suburban ass.
Yeah, this is why I'm picking him. I know Rothwell should be is more well. I don't know. I'm picking him based on his durability. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it looks like Rothwell too. Last time he fought, he lost to Junior Dos Santos as well. You know, that was about 3.5 years ago. That's when he got Spartan kicked across half the fucking
yeah. Which that shit spawned an entire move in UFC 3, if I remember right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling Ivanov's blades, that all you got, motherfucker, and he's gonna grind out some weird decision win. No, I just don't trust Rothwell. I don't know. He's been gone for too long.
So I hope
zero confidence in this pick, though. By the way,
yeah, no. To be fair, I have zero confidence in picking Rothwell in this fight. I just hope you're right that it ends up being. I hope you're wrong. Rather, sorry that it ends up being a decision. So if this is a decision, it could be a rough one. Bogoy Ivanov. I can't get past the fact that he is just willing to put his back against cage and circle like Tyron Woodley, but doesn't really initiate a whole lot. And I think against Ben Rothwell, who I have a feeling is going to come out a little slow, but also gain confidence pretty quickly if he's able to back you against the cage. I just feel like Rothwell is probably going to, I would say probably club and sub 10-finger guillotine second round. I just think either Rothwell is going to pressure him against the cage and clip him with something crazy and catch the guillotine, or just club and sub him, and just keep clubbing him. So yeah, I'm gonna go Rothwell sub. I'll say second.
Okay, I like that call though. The odds for this one. Ben Rothwell is a -110 to a -120 Ivanov. So, yeah.
Interesting. It's interesting.
This next fight is a welterweight bout between Tim Dirty Bird Means going up against our boy Nike Pierce, Nico Price, really. Wow. Okay, so the last time I saw Nike Pierce fight is when he had that crazy TKO victory over Randy Brown, the hammer fist from bottom position. I don't remember watching him get murdered by that piece of shit, Al Hassan.
Yeah, he got crumpled.
Either way, I was going to say, spoiler, I'm going with Tim Means, going with the veteran, because the last time I saw Pierce fight, he's a talented fighter. As far as I think he's still pretty young, but I got to go with the veteran guy here. Randy Brown was making mistakes in the clinch and against the cage that someone like Tim Means isn't going to do, especially against Nike Pierce, who's going to throw a lot of volume. I think Tim Means will be able to catch him in the clinch and work a lot of knees. I actually like Tim Means finishing him. I say like early round 3, like a TKO. He's going to just hit him a lot with a lot of Muay Thai shit in the clinch and just grind him out. A lot of rib shots. He's just going to tire him out to the body. I feel like he's going to get him with some ground and pound.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty similar on this one, actually. I've got Means via TKO, but in the second. For similar type stuff, however, I think a lot of it's going to be that I think Nico Price is going to get stuck on the is going to get stuck on the outside. Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to get stuck on the outside a lot against Means. I think Means is going to just use that pressure game and stay on him and gas him out. And I think if Nico loses a couple or goes for a couple rough, like way off outside takedowns and gets him stuffed, and Tim Means really starts pouring it on, I think it could be a problem for him, especially in the way that he got just absolutely demolished by that one piece of shit. So, or alleged piece of shit, I guess, technically.
Excuse me.
Trying to be fair.
Thank you for the correction.
I mean, the story sounds not nice. So, yeah, I'm going to go Tim Means via TKO second.
Yeah, and I got him early TKO third round in general.
Yeah, I can see either one of those, honestly. I think if he's able to make it out of like any kind of weird, crazy shit that Nico Price does, where he hooks your head behind his foot and knocks you out from his back. Like, unless some crazy shit like that happens again, I think he's probably not going to get through this one.
Yeah, I agree. So the odds on this, if you're curious, Tim Means is a -205 favorite to a +165 for Nico Price.
That sounds about right to me.
This next fight is also in the welterweight division, featuring veteran fighter Elisu Zaleski, or Zaleski Dos Santos, I believe. Brazilian fighter.
Zaleski Dos Santos, yeah.
He's going up against a welterweight who is fucking massive for welterweight in Curtis Molinder.
And who's been looking good as shit.
Yeah, I got to watch him fight Max Griffin, and he's very impressive. This is a tough fight to pick. I like both of these guys. I feel like you can kind of equally make a very good case for what one of these guys will win.
Yeah, it's a really tough pick, to be fair.
They both have good knockout power. I haven't seen much. I mean, we really haven't still seen much of Molinder yet because he's still pretty new. As far as on his ground game, I believe his takedown defense is not too bad. I mean, he's huge. He has a big frame. He has a wide stance. He can get up against the fence and defend himself there. As far as what I expect from this fight, I feel like it's just going to be a lot of wild exchanges on the feet. Maybe not wild, but pretty... I feel like a lot of clinch work, because just by looking at both their rap sheets, they both like kneeing people.
Yeah, but a lot of those knees they're hitting are flying knees. Like, these motherfuckers are going after dudes. I mean, they're both wild as shit. It should be super fun. This is an easy fight of the night contender.
I think I'm going with Molinder in this. I like his size in this one. I know Zaleski hits hard as fuck too, but it's basically a toss-up to me. I can choose either one and be happy with it, but I'm going to go with Molinder on this one. And it helps that I have him in fantasy too, in the flex. I know it's a very dangerous flex play.
That is it. Yeah, but for a flex play, though, for a flex play, I like that because it's either hella big points for an early finish or it's a decision, probably.
And that's what I was thinking, so.
Or at least you get through a couple rounds and get a couple extra points. So what method are you thinking on that?
Oh, definitely knockout. I don't think one of these guys are leaving.
Oh, what round?
I'm thinking some crazy shit like round 1.
Dude, now that you say that, I don't know that this fight gets past the first round. Just because they both love just throwing fucking bones. And they both come out on fire. And I feel like if one starts landing anything, the other one's just going to start firing bombs back. Shit. And actually, if that's the case, oh man, I want to take Elisu Zaleski Dos Santos for his experience. I really do.
That's a good call.
I don't know if I can do it though, because Curtis Molinder is really fucking sharp and he's really long and he stays on the outside very well.
Yeah, I mean.
All right. Let me look at the records again. Oh, that's right. Elisu Zaleski Dos Santos is coming off the fight against Luigi Vendramini where he got clipped. Oh, God. Yeah, but he's not. Sharbahar Zada, Max Griffin, Thiago Alves. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm going to take Molinder too. I'm going to take Molinder KO second. Mostly because I'm just now remembering how fucking insane his fight with Sharbahar Zada was. And how even in the third round when he was completely gassed and CR was throwing ultra haymakers the entire round, he was still fucking CR up and able to slip.
Wasn't that the guy who said like "fuck America" or there was something else like lost in translation or some shit?
I don't. That's like every fight nowadays. Is that it gets translation gets super fucked. What the hell does the line look like on that fight? It has to be Zaleski as the favorite, right?
I'm betting, you know me, I'm fucking terrible at reading spreads, so it's -120 for Molinder and -110 for Zaleski.
Wow. Yeah. Holy shit. Curtis Molinder I did not expect him to be the favorite. That's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's actually the favorite on. There's only one booking site that has a dead even, or two of them Two of them have a dead even at -105 and -107. Oh no, three of them and -111. So a lot of these are pretty even as well. But yeah.
Still though, that's interesting. I'm curious to see how that plays out.
So, and then this brings us to the main event of the evening, which I will not be seeing, unfortunately.
Well, before we get to the main event, let's talk for a second, since we're right on time.
Yes.
Have you ever had monkey shoulder?
Yes, I have.
What do you think of it?
I like it. And I'm not a huge Scotch guy either. And I like it.
I like Scotch a lot. I'm generally, I don't know. I have a crazy range on the kind of booze I like. I like everything from fucking Pop-Off to Lafroy. So I have very, very weird booze taste or lack of dislike when it comes to booze, but I am a humongous Monkey Shoulder fan as of late. It's just so goddamn smooth. Especially, I like to throw. So I don't hate whiskey or especially Scotch with like an ice cube or two in it. It takes a tiny bit of the bite away, and I drink too much to just have fucking. Well, and also it's too goddamn warm in this room to not have a little bit of water and a little bit of a coolness on it. But yeah, Monkey Shoulder with an ice cube and a cigar is my new shit. I've been doing that.
If you want to make
the Macallan 10.
If you want a decent cocktail and it sounds kind of not gross but a little crazy at first, make a mule but just with Monkey Shoulder and all the same ingredients.
Huh.
It's not bad. I've had it before.
No, that sounds like it'd be all right. It'd be like a butterscotch mule kind of.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of flavor profile you want. You could add some other sort of stuff. I can't remember what the fuck else you add. You could add syrup, I think, or some shit if you wanted to, but
simple syrup probably. But yeah, Monkey Shoulder is just hella butterscotchy.
Yeah, and then Monkey Shoulder at my old job at behind the bar, we had a drink where it was Monkey Shoulder, but then you mix it with L'Orgeat, which is an almond liqueur, and then Clement, the coconut liqueur, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be like sweet and.
Yeah, it's like a sweet and sour kind of drink.
Yeah, it's a good like pre-dinner or post-dinner kind of drink.
Yeah, if you got to have pebble ice in it. It's almost like a snow cone. It's weird as fuck. I mean, you're supposed to sprinkle cinnamon on it if you want to be fancy. It's one of those kind of drinks. It's a little solid. It's on the fancy side, but I remember they had it at my old job. It wasn't bad. It was like a refresher kind of drink.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, but
cool. Well, anyway, now that
Shoulder's good.
Yeah, now that I've completely distracted us, I just wanted to shout out Monkey Shoulder because I love Monkey Shoulder, and I feel like people don't talk about how it's for the price probably one of the better drinks out there when it comes to Scotch.
Can't disagree there.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the main event. We got Derrick Lewis taking on JDS.
So, yeah, last time we saw Lewis, I believe it was his fight against Daniel Cormier, which went about how as we expected. I believe that's the last time Derrick Lewis fought. Yep. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Back in November, yeah. No, it went basically how we thought. Is Derrick Lewis can't stuff takedowns from Olympic level wrestlers. Shocking.
JDS, last time we saw him, he finished Tai Tuivasa in the middle of the second round via punches. Great performance by him. Before that, he went to decision against Blagoy Ivanov, who is a zombie and is not afraid of death. As far as what I expect from this, I either expect Derrick Lewis swinging and banging and catching JDS just right on the chin flush with some crazy exchange. But what I realistically expect is JDS just kind of putting it to him. Lots of leg kicks, sneaking away with the jab, just a lot of circling, and just the better footwork. And just kind of getting – I could see him TKOing Derrick Lewis.
You got a round?
Yeah. I know Lewis has been working on his cardio. He says that a lot, and I'm sure he has. So I got round 3.
Interesting. I have JDS TKO round 4 for essentially the same thing. Would I be surprised if Derrick Lewis comes out swinging and banging, making his balls hot, and getting the TKO, KO? Well, probably KO knowing Derrick Lewis. In the first 2 rounds, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, neither would I.
However, do I think JDS is the well-rounded outfighter? And considering Derrick Lewis had trouble fighting a distance kickboxing fight in the UFC against Mark Hunt, I think that Junior Dos Santos is a way fucking tougher fight in a similar style matchup, and I would assume has the much better jiu-jitsu game as well. So aside from a giant overhand landing or Junior Dos Santos getting just caught while he's throwing a kick or something, which I think another thing that could be interesting in this fight, JDS throws really fucking hard calf kicks, especially he did against Stipe, and that's what made Stipe chase him down and got KO'd by Stipe from.
Yep.
And I think that will play a big factor. It's just a matter of whether or not he can avoid the giant overhand from Derrick when he does it, because he's not going to be worried about the takedown. So I'd imagine he's going to throw those pretty frequently and pretty significantly. It's very hard for me to see a way for Derrick Lewis to win outside of him just throwing a giant haymaker. That being said, he's real good at throwing giant haymakers and winning that way, even in fights where he's getting fucked up. So, yeah, I'm taking JDS TKO fourth, but no confidence. No confidence. The only confidence I have is in that if the world made sense when it comes to fight picking, JDS, I think, wins this fight. However, Derrick Lewis got that power.
You going with USA in this hole?
No, I can't go USA. I'm going JDS TKO fourth.
Oh, that's right. You already said it. Shows
yeah. I think the body work and the kicks are going to completely fuck Derrick Lewis in this.
Yeah,
unless he's
kicks is what I was thinking.
Yeah, unless he's able to step in on a kick, I think he's very fucked.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I won't see because I won't be watching it. But,
well, you have ESPN Plus, right?
I did.
Oh, well, we'll see if we can figure out.
I have a friend of mine who I'm going to begin about. He actually does legitimately have ESPN Plus, so he'll probably have the fights on during the game.
Yeah, I bet a couple people have ESPN Plus, so we'll figure out a way for you to get ESPN Plus as well. Actually, I bet somebody in your fucking house already has ESPN Plus. To be fair, but we'll figure it out.
I will probably actually be watching the fight tomorrow, like. Maybe depending how the football game goes.
Yeah,
it's the AAF, the developmental league for the NFL. So
Well, in worst case, all the recaps are immediately available on ESPN also. So
yeah, I'm not worried about it at all.
So cool, man. Well, it should be a fun card, I think, overall. There's some fun matchups that could go either way, and if this is it like Fight Pass ESPN Plus style pacing, it should be a fucking blast.
I'm hoping for it. So
cool. We will go ahead and wrap this here. If you guys are watching on YouTube, we would love it if you would like and subscribe the video. Evidently, that shit helps. I don't know anything about it. I just know all the fucking people on YouTube always say that shit. So also, you can hit the bell, ding, down at the bottom. I'm doing my full Eugene S. Robin or Alexi Alda breakdown. But yeah, evidently, if you hit the bell down at the bottom, it also helps us so that you get alerted rather when we do this shit. So yeah, if you hit the like button or the thumbs up, as Eugene S. Robinson would say, and if you guys share it around, it's much appreciated. We're trying to do some more stuff on YouTube, and if we're able to actually get some more stuff going on YouTube, maybe we'll start doing some live video, like old MMA video game streams or something like that, where I get Chris over here and we do some fun shit.
That'd be fun.
On weeks with no UFC. So maybe we'll do some of that too. We'll see what we can get happening. But as always, you guys can send us an email, chris@thesoundofviolence.com or sovpod@gmail.com. Oh God. That weed's finally catching up to me. You guys can also hit us up on Twitter. We are always active, and we would love to hear your podcast recommendations that you think we're missing out on. It's at TSOV Pod. We're super active and we love talking to you guys. People like Judo Bill. I want to say JF1-MMA. I'm sorry, dude. I'm probably butchering your name, but you know who you are. We talk all the time. And all the people on Twitter, Ashley, the MMA nerd, who is probably recording a podcast either right now or tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for that. Guys like MMA on the Rocks and all you. We love y'all. So please hit us up. Let us know what you're listening to. And reviews on iTunes also help us a ton to get some more eyes on the show. So like we're out of here before a fucking crazy time, Chris. It's not 3 hours in. I feel like we did this one all right.
Yeah. I think we did good. We did well.
Yeah, well, it's my for Lent, I'm not taking shots anymore, which is maybe helping the pace of this show a little bit.
Yeah, for Lent, I gave up Lent about 10 years ago.
I gave up. So for Lent, which I don't believe in any of that shit. It's just fun Mardi Gras stuff. I was like, yo, you know what I should do? I should do the Burt Kreischer no more shots for a while. So I'm drinking only either mixed drinks. Well, this is just Scotch on the rocks, but it's not a shot. So I feel like it's working out good. So we will be back next week at 7:30 on Friday. 7:30, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect, man. Well, hey, who knows? Maybe we'll even do like a short 30-minute recap video on Sunday or Monday or something, depending on how we're feeling. But no promises on that one. But we will definitely be back next Friday. And so we look forward to talking to you guys then. Chris, anything else you wanted to shout out?
Oh, that's it for me. Have a safe weekend, everyone. If you're continuing your drinking festivities or you got other shit planned.
That's right.
Yeah, stay safe.
Well, we'll see you next week, y'all. Till next time, go do something decadent. We out. Bye.